My name is Paul Trani. I work for Adobe as an evangelist. The book actually I think is really interesting and actually inspired by my nieces and nephews because we were actually creating one day a bunch of sugar monsters, all these characters made out of sugar, like even this lady for instance. So that's kind of where it got inspired from, is this whole idea of creating these characters, you know, out of sugar, out of candy, out of desserts, right? And having them come to life, because I know if I was a kid, I would want a sugar monster to be my friend, and that's kind of where the book started. So the story is about this little boy that goes to the store with his mom, and he finds all these amazing little sugar characters that come to life, right? So this cupcake character, for instance, they come to life, he asks for it, he gets it, and he ends up taking home all of these cool little characters, right? They're all his friends. And when they get home, and while his mom's in the other room, that's when they all come to life. They just destroy the place, just like having a lot of fun. Mom rushes in, he gets busted, he turns around, says, no, it's these sugar monsters. Turns around, and they're nowhere to be found. And that's when he discovers that he was the sugar monster, right? Because he has frosting on his fingertips, on his mouth. It's just him consuming all this sugar and then just going crazy like kids do. I know I did it when I was a kid. So that's the whole sort of like Fight Club for kids thing that's going on in this book. And there's more to it, but in general, I just liked this whole idea of this fantasy world. I really exploited all sorts of mediums. Everything from my nieces and nephews and their crayon drawings, capture the colors that they used. I took photos of them as well, and then I actually refined it on my iPad, and then I was able to push all of that to my desktop using Creative Cloud, and that's where I'd start to refine those illustrations, and then I integrated them into the scene in Photoshop. So the photos are the real world, but this kid's world is all about these illustrations and these characters that come to life. So the cartoon characters are kind of like, you know, his imagination is what happens there. And I really took it to the next level and modeled these characters in Photoshop as well as in Cinema 4D. I've made them 3D. But then I was able to actually print these in full color sugar, right? And you can do full color items. You can do sugar. There's full color sandstone as well, and I could do this all from Photoshop. So I literally sent these models from Photoshop to a company that will do the fulfillment for me. But they would go ahead and print these up for me and then just send them to my house. And that's, you know, how I was able to create these characters. And really, this is what I wanted to do, you know, even years ago, but it just was not possible. But now this adds a whole nother dimension to be able to create these sugar monsters actually in sugar. The only thing is, kids might be eating them. They are sugar guys, so we gotta watch out for that. It's great that I'm in a day and age where I can create a story, develop it all myself, really just using the tools at my fingertips, and then publish it myself. So I can use on-demand publishing through Amazon, and I could eventually go through a publisher if I want to. But the thing is just to get the book done for my own personal satisfaction and just to generate interest around it. And really, guys, I do this because it's fun more than anything. Honestly, what's next for this is like a number of things, because I look at these characters and you could hear them talk. I can see her kind of batting her eyelashes, right? I want to create so many more characters, and I actually have already, so we'll see just what happens next. So I guess stay tuned.